Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, that is right. I truly believe that in this game where everything is so complex, there are so many champions, almost never is one champion always better than the other. Kitty Pryde is in that top tier. She may arguably be the best champion in the game when you pair her with her synergy partners who are also incredible. We're gonna take a look at 4 fights in this video that she honestly almost has no business taking. When you look at the nodes and the defenders, they almost seem to counter her, but she still works and she handles them, makes them almost look easy. We're gonna jump straight into this. We're gonna do a lot of talking about how to play her and why this is working out so well. And then at the end, I will talk about some synergy pieces and some partners that we did not showcase in this video. All right, this is all 7.2.6, the Gwen Master chapter, and I use this team for every lane except for one, I believe. So here you go. We're going in, and this is the first thing. This is going to give us a chance to talk about her phasing mechanic and why she works so well with suicide masteries and any sort of lane or node that is just putting damage on you. This is Flare. Notice that our health bar got all the way down to 90% Flare. That's what Flare should be doing. But when you have Kitty awakened, she takes absolutely no damage while phased from any source, meaning that you do have the debuff from suicides, right? Flare is a passive here, but we've got the poison on us. That every time we are phased, she is healing. The other reason I wanted to show you this fight in particular is we're going up against Daredevil, who counters miss. Here's some really beautiful things that happen for Kitty. When she's phasing, which is when she could be missed, she goes stun immune, and she again takes no damage and has an extremely elevated combat power rate, which is why you're going to see this. We've thrown our SP3, we threw it while phased, which means we're going to get a very elongated phase afterwards, which is a really safe way to tank the SP3 of an opponent. And watch, because of that increased combat power rate, look at our power bar. We're already up to 2 bars of power. Daredevil can't miss, he's hitting us. Our phase is paused, we can't take damage. We're still phased. We're going to throw our SP3 again. So this is what I'm talking about. There's all the things that she can obviously counter. She can do incredible damage. You throw your SP1, you get your incinerates going. It's going to increase your the potency of your prowesses. You throw your SP2, boom, fight's over. Maybe you need to go all the way to your SP3. Or if you want and you need to have passives, you can make sure you throw your specials when you are phased, meaning your incinerates will be passive, and you'll be just fine. So she works great against champions who are shrugging. But look at this. This was Flare. That was the tactic we use. I want to get a lot of information, so I'm speeding up some parts of this video. We are going to finish this fight with a completely full health bar while running suicides, while taking Flare against a champion who counters miss. And Kitty Pryde is like, yeah, that's cool. Don't even worry about it, boss. All right, this was a really cool interaction here. Remember I said, she does not take damage while phased. She also goes stun immune. I remember when I came up to this fight on the lane, I was like, oh man, I can't believe I made this mistake. Because when you hit Red Guardian with an unblockable attack, he's going to fracture his shield and stun you. But guess what? She's stun immune. So sorry, Red Guardian, not gonna work here. It was ridiculous. Just showed you a clip because again, I want to move through this. This is a lot. Now, we're going to go against this energy adoption. Fire, fine. It's going to put an incinerate on us. We're actually immune to that. And you'll see the incinerates are going to increase our prowess potency, which is what happens when you land an incinerate or someone tries to incinerate you. And then we've got this shifting immunity, poison, this is bleed vulnerability. Obviously, you're incentivized to bring in a bleed champion. You're going up against Annihilus. Normally, I like to get that rod off of him as quickly as possible so I can reliably stun him. Or have a champion that's excellent with step backs. But no, we got Kitty Pryde. We're good. We just need to get to 3 prowess. We're up to 4 now. Once you get to 3, you can start your phasing. With Tigra, as soon as you get to 10, you go unblockable. So this is pretty much over for Annihilus now. And I want to talk about this. A really key part to starting to maximize your Kitty OP-ness here is when you phase their specials. And you're going to see that happening here more and more and more. I'm going to mess up a few like this one, but watch, I'm going to start phasing his specials. He went unblockable. We're stun immune. All good, right? Here we go. Here comes a good one. And you can start practicing that. It's very similar. It's not the same, but it's similar to practicing your spacing with Tigra. You get this down with Kitty. Look at this. And you're just having a field day. You're doing 2 hits and out, 2 hits and out, 2 hits and out. My buddy Spinnaker helped me come up with that. I still call it the Spinnaker 1-2. And you could just do this all day. You've seen how few special. I don't think I've thrown a single special in this fight, because your specials do cost you your prowess. Your specials do cost you your prowess. So if you want to keep phasing, but look how much damage we've done. No problem. If I had phased that special properly, we're coming out of this fight with like 60, 70% health. We're unblockable. Ghost and Tiger are along for the ride if we really, really need them. But this is all Kitty. This is all Kitty. We have not nullified the rod. We've done nothing. This is just Kitty. This is what this girl can do. She is nuts. All right, moving on. Mixmaster. Oh, you should probably take in Ghost, right? Ghost is really awesome. She can be a good counter to evades. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's take an Emma Frost. Nope. Nope. All right, Kitty. Now, how is this going to work out? How is this going to work out? You can see me make a few mistakes, but watch this. Remember, we talked about her great playstyle here is 2 hits in and out, 2 hits in and out. That's perfect for Mixmaster, because once we get this set up, well, you hit in the face a few times. And you got to work on your spacing. Spacing is important there, because you see I ended up throwing 2 mediums in a row because he backtracked. But now here we go. And I could just do this the whole fight. If I was tempted to just make sure I didn't want to spend any items, get through this fight, you could just sit there and do that. 2 hits out, 2 hits out, because it's a medium and a light. And you're good to go. And you would even start healing up, as we talked about, because I would be phasing. I wanted to speed the fight up a little bit, so I did go ahead and throw my SP3. Now let's talk about these specials a little bit, because right now I'm just showing you like how overpowered she can be in matchups that really don't make sense. Because we were phased when we threw the special, the incinerate that it was landed on the opponent is passive. That's great when you're fighting a champion like Kingpin or someone else who can shrug these things, right? They can't shrug the passive, so there you go. And then you receive a nice benefit from your awakened ability with those as well. So here we go. And that is also increasing our temperature, I like to call it, because to me it looks like a thermometer, but it is increasing the potency of our prowess. You're going to see it can climb all the way up to 400, which will make it so that when we throw our special 2, do even more damage, because the potency of the prowess, you see we have 20, is now higher. Now, when you throw your special 2 with at least 10 prowesses, you're going to get an unblockable buff, which helps you get your prowess going again, because remember, you can get your prowess from critical hits and from stuns, okay? And a passive stun from like the White Magneto pre-fight will get you double, and then there's a synergy. We'll talk about that later in this video on how you can get more, or if you intercept, you can get your prowess going again. So if that special 2, if you throw it with 10 prowess, you're going to get a nice unblockable, so you can go in and refresh. But in most fights, that special 2 really will end the fight for you if that's what you're trying to do. Mixmaster, Kitty Pryde, you're good to go. Don't even sweat it. Okay, now Mordo, we're back on this lane here. It's going to be placing that incinerate on us, so the inner Egyptian fire, shake it off, shift your immunities, should be a bleeder, right? Like maybe Mole Man could be really good for this, maybe Nick Fury. Nah, let's not worry about it. Let's not worry about it. And why? Again, we're going to show you can completely start phasing these specials. You get the spacing down really well. The tricky part for me on playing Kitty Pryde, or what I think is one of the toughest parts, is getting your initial set of 3 prowess. You get that initial set of 3 prowess, you can start phasing. Once you can start phasing, the fight is really yours. It's just a matter of how do you want to handle it and keeping your spacing. Because if there's not enough space between you and the defender when you start your phase, you will not phase. That's another way you can really get into problems. I'm showing you this too because she goes unblockable. The problem with fighting Mordo, right, is this massive power gain he's getting, and you hit him, it goes away. When you're unblockable, you just beat the heck out of him. You're gonna remove the huge power gain. I'm gonna throw the SP3 here. I was phased, I'm gonna get the elongated phase off of it. I was not worried about Mordo's power gain causing any problems. He was playing ball, plus, we're going unblockable. Now here's where the little, kind of like the danger zone, right? I've only got 2 prowess. I need to get that 3rd one so I can start doing kitty things again. There we go. We got a crit. Now we're good to go. We can start with the intercepts. Everything's good. The other reason I wanted to show you this is because we are getting penalized for landing an Incinerate on him. Look at how much healing he is getting. Look at that, 2,075 a tick. That's a tremendous amount of healing. And I want you to see Kitty and her SP2 and her crazy, crazy damage handles this stuff. She is absolutely insane. She is a blast to play. She is incredibly unique. There's no one else like this in the game. And, you know, I think Taters used this term in BG chat the other day. It almost looks goofy. If you're not familiar with playing her, if you don't have one of your own, it looks like the person is maybe like having convulsions or something. It doesn't look natural. It doesn't look right. It just doesn't almost even make sense. But when you know Kitty, you know what she can do. You know why the person's just diving in and out like a crazy person, and why it's usually working out really, really well. And as you get the spacing down, like right there, it worked out well. I was phasing again, but that could have been a problem if I was not experienced at playing her. So you can get yourself in a little bit of trouble with her while you're playing. I think she's amazing. I think she's awesome. Let's go ahead and take a look at those synergies, and then make sure to let me know what you think of Kitty. I hope everyone gets one of their own. Okay, I think you just saw how insanely powerful this champion is. You do need to get some nuance with playing her, but it is well worth it. We talked about the most key synergies, in my opinion, being Ghost and Tiger. Let's talk very quickly about the other synergies that were either there, but we didn't showcase what they could do, or are also very helpful. And the other thing I want to point out is almost all of these champions are incredibly suicide friendly, if it not at least usable. That is a really nice piece to have. As you know, when you take in a champion that's you know, suicide or not suicide friendly, and then you take in a key synergy piece, and that champion doesn't work well with the same masteries, it's really it's almost like a wasted spot. So you don't feel that way with any of these. This synergy with Dragon Man, this is fantastic, right? If we were trying to just maximize damage, I was intentionally showing you fights that almost just don't make sense to bring her in, but then you start to play her and you realize, wow, that was pretty incredible. Increasing the duration of the incinerates, right? And the passives will help you get your the temperature or the potency of your prowess up even higher and higher, meaning that SP2, when you want to end it, will work even better. Let's move on down. We obviously talked about Ghost. The Shadow History with Wolverine. I'm not as big a fan of this as some other people are. I know a lot of people really like it, or at least they used to when she first came out. I think bringing along Ghost and Tiger, who I am more happy to bring along, more likely to use in a lot of cases. I think it helps mitigate the loss of the prowess, but I can see why people really like this synergy with Wolverine. The synergy here with Emma being an amazing champion, obviously very suicide friendly, makes her immune to reverse controls. This is kind of a big deal. And I intend to eventually get a video out very soon that shows why this is so incredibly helpful. But for those of you who suffer from reverse control inadequacy, I know I often do. I don't enjoy it. This is a really great one. All right, worth a shot here with Magneto. If you can increase her attack rating. Okay, she doesn't need it. Here's more. But yeah, that's a great, and it's also not terrible for Magneto himself. And then this one with Nimrod. Unfortunately, it is not working. I have brought it to the attention of Kabam, and hopefully they get it fixed for us. And obviously not the patch that came out just today or yesterday, but in the following. This would be really good because this will help you get your prowess going even faster, which means you can get into what I believe Legacy calls Kitty God mode even faster, getting your prowess up, going unblockable, healing from damage like suicides and things like that, and not losing your prowess. So she is amazing. She is awesome. She is one of the champions for why I created a whole other tier in my champions rankings. I think we're currently calling it the pre 12.0. Meaning you frequently find yourselves not even needing to worry about the nodes of the defender because you just do your thing and you're going to be just fine. I hope you're able to land yourself a Kitty. If you think I've missed anything, please do let me know. Maybe we can get this updated and have some great discussions in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.